Why do so many people, especially between ages 25 and 35, suddenly experience emotional breakdowns, anxiety, or even depression after achieving job stability and financial independence? The answer isn't that you become fragile. It's that your inner self finally feels safe. Your body is activating its repair mechanisms, and this process can be incredibly painful because emotions, traumatic memories, and nervous system responses buried deep within you are finally surfacing. During this time, you might find yourself suddenly irritable, unable to handle even the slightest grievance. Any minor incident can trigger an intense stress response. You may feel inexplicable shame, a sense of worthlessness, and an inability to accept rejection or criticism. You might constantly find yourself in a state of confusion, people-pleasing, anxiety, and fear. These reactions aren't because you've developed a bad temper or character flaws. Quite the opposite. It's because you've finally established external security. Psychology has a concept called emotional suppression, which means we instinctively suppress pain during childhood for survival. For example, pretending to sleep when parents fight, smiling and saying it's okay when parents criticize us, or still going to school on time even while being bullied. No matter what traumatic events we experience, our brain will suppress these feelings of fear and anxiety as a form of self-protection. In such environments, we're forced to learn functional growth. What is functional growth? Simply put, you conform to your parents' expectations while suppressing your own emotions. You appear normal on the surface, but you've actually just buried the trauma. You weren't unharmed. You just couldn't allow yourself to be hurt because you knew no one was there to protect you. Why do these traumas suddenly explode in adulthood? There are two main reasons. First, you've achieved financial independence with a stable job and income. You can break free from your family of origin's control and start living independently. You now have leverage to negotiate with your family and finally have the capacity to face pain you couldn't handle before. At this point, your body activates in unfinished settlement mode. This is why some people suddenly realize in adulthood that their parents have been hurting them all along. This awareness wasn't suddenly generated or learned. Your brain always knew about the harm, but because you were young, it automatically rationalized it for you. Second, you've gained social support, genuine friends, and a loving partner. Your inner self experiences a sense of safety, perhaps for the first time. Once you have that security, unresolved fears and feelings of helplessness begin to surface. Many people discover that childhood trauma starts erupting after entering intimate relationships or starting families. This doesn't necessarily mean their partner is inadequate or their life is unhappy. Rather, it's because they're beginning to truly experience happiness and understand what real love feels like. That's when they start working through unfinished emotional issues. Those erupting traumas aren't the end point. They're the beginning of self-repair. Moments of breakdown aren't signs of weakness. They're opportunities to transcend the past and gain newfound freedom.